Pennjamin Bannekar,
Yeah.
LA Cheatham.
Yeah.
Watch the Game podcast. We responding to a big victory from our Chicago Bears.
Bear down. Bear down. Bear down. Feel good to say that.
Yeah, man. I'm like most fans. I was a little worried in the first half. I mean, first three quarters. But there's some good and there's some bad about this whole win. Like I said, I'm good. I'm glad we got the win. Big victory, big division win, big conference win, and what can you say? Bear down. But right now we just gonna cover the good, the bad, and the ugly about this whole.
But it's so much better covering good, bad, and ugly when you got the W to go with it though. Like I can deal with it.
It's especially when it's our first time reacting to a Bears game after such a disappointing season, coming out of the expectations of 2018, living with the results of 2019. So much was up in the air.
We ain't had no preseason. We couldn't go to Bourbonnais. Well, they not even in Bourbonnais no more.
Now everything now is straight Lake Forest.
Yeah.
It's been so challenging over the off season. I mean, starting with the way the season ended. We wasn't a playoff team, and we step into the pandemic. Now we have football. First of all, thanks for football. Thanks for football. We got the word that the Big Ten gonna be starting soon.
Oh yeah. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, go blue. My man got his Michigan Wolverine gear on. He ready to go. And the Bears got their first victory of the season. First big division win. Hey, we getting ready for the Giants next week. But let's talk about what we saw.
What did we see? You want me to give you the overview of the stats? How you want to jump into it? How you want to tackle it?
Okay, before we jump into the stats, let's just say this. You got Bear fans, you got haters. And in some cases you have both. We went into this game with so much conversation about Mitchell Trubisky playing, getting a nod at the starting position at quarterback. A lot of people didn't feel good about it. And me, myself personally, I just want to see the best man. I want to see the man on the field succeed at doing the job.
Right. Whoever in there.
So you got your Mitch haters, they're so-called Bear fans. Then you just got your Bear fans that just want to see the team win the game no matter who playing the position.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
First three quarters, man.
They was looking like they was right.
Man, hey. But it wasn't all on Mitch from time to time. I believe he saw the field well. He probably wasn't accurate. He most definitely wasn't accurate on every throw. He saw the field well because I didn't see him throw too many questionable intercepted type of balls.
Right.
But I did see him making. Well, going into the season, they were saying that he didn't read defense as well, and I felt like he did. He looked better at that, and he threw the ball where it should be. Maybe not as accurate. The receivers had to work for it a little bit too much, and I think Graham. I think he had a questionable first half. He had some passes where the timing was off, but Mitch had a tough first half. Tough first half throwing the football.
But see, here's the thing with that too. Why I kind of give him a pass. That's their first action of the year. I mean, of course they've been going against the defense in practice and stuff, but we know that's not full go. He know what the defense is supposed to do in most of them scenarios. This is the first time he got to go against another team. First time they didn't play since what? January?
Yeah,
pretty much.
When they went into Minnesota and beat Minnesota that wasn't even putting their best guys on the field at that time. They had already clinched the playoff berth.
So this is first for real football game in probably 9 months.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wasn't too upset with him being rusty or off the mark because when it was money time, he was there.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be there in the clutch, then I'm with that. He came through down the stretch. His receivers made some plays for him, especially in that late third quarter stretch and going into the fourth. But he missed a few throws here and there, but it was nothing earth-shattering where I was like, we got to get this guy out of here.
I mean, I feel as a fan, considering what's at stake and so many guys' job on the line right now. When you think about it, you got Ryan Pace,
Nagy.
you got Matt Nagy, and given that I made this point, Matt Nagy's 20. He was 20-12 going into this, so he's a winning football coach, technically speaking. I really don't. I think it's unfair to say that his job was on the line and he actually still technically a winning coach, very young coach. But going into this process, and he was playing in this game and struggling early. All of these things, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to think about in the moment. I mean, Mitch ain't playing well. We went out and made this investment in Nick Foles. Mitch is struggling. Okay, coach's job on the line. And by the way, speaking of Matt Nagy, I think him and the coaching staff offensively called a much better game.
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't. That's what I wanted to see. I want to see growth in every development in all phases. I mean, the coaches, I give them a round of applause. They went out, they called a good game, they stayed committed to the running game, and we'll break them stats down. But that first half, I started to think, they come out in this second half and Nick Foles is the quarterback.
You could
damn.
see
No preseason.
yeah.
No preseason.
Yeah.
You know, hey, damn, did they pull the trigger a little too early? Or what? But to Mitch's credit and the offensive's credit, and even when they were down, Matt Nagy and the coaches did, because they stayed committed to the running game. And very early, even when they went down three possessions or so, they stayed committed to the running game, and they figured out the things and found the matchups. Graham went out, he found a matchup and scored a touchdown, and then it was on the run after that.
Because I mean, the Lions was down to, they didn't have no more corners they could put in the game. They was maxed out on their depth chart in the corners because Trufant went down, and I forget the other guy's name that went down. So Mitch started taking advantage of matchups, especially with Jimmy Graham, because on that touchdown he caught, it was just box him out, throw it to the pylon.
And you know what? For the first time in a long time, I saw a tight end line out wide since Greg Olsen for the Bears.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you how versatile he is at his position. He lined up at a wide receiver position, matched up with a corner, and the Lions had called a timeout before they played to make the adjustment, and he still made the play.
I was glad that Matt Nagy didn't try and get too cute right there.
Yeah.
They came out with the formation, basically like, stop it.
Yeah.
They called the timeout and came out, stop it.
We gonna run it.
Yeah.
You prove it, you can stop this. And I think in the first half, it was a connection of things. Like in the first half, I believe that they spent too much time in the red zone trying to make it about Mitch instead of just powering up and sticking with the run game in the red zone from the 30-yard line into the red zone. It's like once they got so far up the field, they want to make it about Mitch. And that's not how this team is going to win football games. I mean, I think Mitch is good between the 40s. And I believe he can make his best throws to the end zone and when he catch you by surprise. I mean, like the late game touchdown they threw with Miller. I mean, they're not going to win games because of Mitch Trubisky. I just think they need to come to realize that this got to be a balanced offense, balanced attack. Don't put the defense in position to be on the field too long and give up too much field position and points. That leads me to the defense. That didn't play particularly well for 3 quarters out.
Right. They showed up when we needed them.
They most definitely did. They showed up. They got that turnover that they needed.
Kyle Fuller the pick, right?
Kyle Fuller with the pick, but they gave up a lot in the running game. We had Adrian Peterson for what? 14 carries for what? Almost 100 yards?
Yeah, he was like 95 or something.
And
I'm going to tell you.
Almost 100 yards rushing.
AP. 1493.
14 rushes for 93 yards. And he caught a pass out the backfield.
3.
Yeah, I mean that just shows to give him credit for coming in being released from the Washington football team, and then being picked up by the Lions and being a vital part of the offense.
Yeah.
Both rushing the ball and catching the ball out of the backfield, because coming out of college and then well into his career, that wasn't what he did well. But he on short notice, he played particularly well. But I'm concerned about the defense giving up the yardage, because next week
we got Saquon.
We got Saquon coming in, and he struggled. Yeah, I think it's going to be worthy for the defense to see what Pittsburgh did to counter him. But I'm really concerned about the defense defending the run going into the next game against the Giants, and then we want to see much better chemistry in the first half on the behalf of the offense of putting up points in the first and second quarter. What's our kicker's name? We did a poor job of scouting on that guy.
Not Pennjamin. What's his name? I can't think of it right now. But just while I get his name real quick, it's going into this game. Santos. Our kicker Santos, he held it down. Matt Nagy, I think Matt Nagy on one of the earlier series in the first half, he decided to go for it. 4th and 7.
And then we didn't make the play, but he came out and he made the plays with his leg that he was supposed to make, and then the offense picked up in the second half. I mean, going forward, we want the offense to be the other way around. We want to get off to a fast start. As a Bear fan, I don't give a damn who the quarterback is, and I just think, so many people think, they want Mitch out of there. Now, it's well understood because Mitch has a lot to prove, but the fortitude of the guys and the team, I can think of a certain quarterback that would have quit.
Was it
in that situation?
Was it number 6?
Yeah, I can think of a guy that would have quit in that situation, and probably would have pissed off a few of his teammates in the process too. Well, they would have quit. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I think we continue to say that the defense is the best part of the team, is the most talented part of the team. I didn't like the way they came out in the third quarter, because they let the Giants come down and just run right down their throat, bam, 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 do whatever they want, and that's what we can't have. In a low-scoring affair, knowing that we struggle to put up points, I understand when you're tired. Right. It's hard to play tired when you just on the field, but you can't come right out the locker room
fresh
and give up. They get 15 minutes for halftime. You cannot come out after halftime. You done Gatorade up, you done tape back up and everything, got a game plan, and you come down, you let them rush right down the field. That can't happen. That reminded me of the game they had against the Saints last year.
I thought you was going to say versus Oakland over in London.
Yeah, no, that reminded me of the game they had against the Saints last year, because that game they were down by I think it was 12-9 at halftime. Then the Saints come out in the third quarter and boom, it was over with in 2 series, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden it was Mitch's fault again. You know, and this why we got the podcast, because you need to watch the whole game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's complementary football. You cannot come out and call yourself a top 5 or a top 10 defense
when you let this happen.
And then 15 minutes out of the locker room, and you come out and let them come up put up 6.
Well, we gonna see where the defense is really at this week, because I've been listening to the sports shows this week, and they saying that the Giants' offensive line is terrible. It's terrible. So, if Saquon has a big game this week, I think we need to be concerned about the defense. The defense ain't 2018 no more.
Considering that, let me go over the stats so we can get beyond this Detroit victory and get ready for the Giants. Okay. Now, Mitch went 20 for 36, 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
3 touchdowns. He had a touchdown pass to Jimmy Graham we talked about. He had a touchdown pass to my boy, the Georgia boy, Javon Williams. Okay, that's personally my draft pick, because I wanted him coming out of college. And then he threw the game winner to Anthony Miller,
and he dropped the dime on
almost like the one he had last year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He dropped the dime on
I mean, they stepped up. They played well. We had Montgomery, 13 carries for 64 yards after we didn't know if he was going to play at all.
Right.
I mean, mean, we were just hoping, you know, because I was just really, 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 really disappointed. And I mean, I was really concerned about the running backs and the production we was gonna get. We got good production out of the running backs. The commitment to the running game.
28 carries.
And Cohen ran. He ran well out of the backfield.
Yeah.
You know, just hit the hole. Don't do all the dancing. He just hit the hole, got what he could. You know, make the first guy miss and get what you can. 7 carries for 41 yards. Okay, I can take that. And then we talked about this, and we said with Cordell Patterson coming out of the backfield.
I said 17 carries.
You had him for 17 carries.
But I didn't know Montgomery was going to play.
To your credit, you didn't know if Montgomery was going to play. And that's when I put the pressure. He had Cordell Patterson had 4 carries for 19 yards.
He had a big 4th down conversion too.
And that was a pass, right?
No, he was out the backfield. They lined up high formation.
That's when he went off. When he went off the left side.
Yeah.
Okay. And big ups to Charles Leno Jr. on that.
For not jumping offside.
Yeah, the offensive line was superb. I don't even think they had a penalty last week.
I don't think they did either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great start for the offensive line. They played well throughout the whole game. But now, this is where the question is when the offense. I told you, we talked about this earlier before we went on tape. I believe the Bears may have the worst running back room in the league, and I'm standing on that. Prove me wrong.
Man,
prove me wrong.
That's a statement. We need to put that on bold letters on the screen.
Prove me wrong. Because bottom line,
I'm just going through the teams in the league. Like the Bears can't be the worst.
The reason why I say this, Penn, is because we have the starting running back that's not really proven, given the fact they didn't give him much of an opportunity to prove himself last year. It took him seven weeks to get over the 100-yard mark last season. Okay?
Right.
So he's still a question mark. Tariq Cohen, I don't know when last time he had 100.
Probably never.
Yeah. So I believe he's better. He's more of a Ferrari. He's more of a sports car. You move him around, get him in space, he's dangerous. Okay? Then we experiment with a running back. And we would experiment with a wide receiver playing running back. So this is why I say this is the worst running back room in the NFL. Because then, not to mention, we got Ryan Nall.
That's your boy.
Just my man. At best, I think he should be a power package back. He's a big back. He didn't get a snap.
Matter of fact, they might have faked it to Nall on that pitch out to Patterson when he got the first down.
Okay.
He might have lined up at fullback.
He didn't get a carry though.
No, he didn't.
I want if Ryan Nall is a running back.
Yeah. And he went Neil Anderson.
And he playing a lot of damn right. Damn right. He went number 35. Now look, if he gonna be on the roster, and I love the running back position. I'm more passionate about that position than any other position on the field. I need you to run that ball. I need you to catch that ball. I need Ryan Nall to earn his money. And I'm not talking about no damn special team. I need him to run the ball.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm not going to give up. He's on the roster.
He on the roster, but I think Nagy is content with Montgomery 1. We're going to pitch it out to do whatever with Tariq. And then we're going to keep trying this experiment with Cordell Patterson. I don't see him getting no carries.
Going forward, I think, I'm hoping that Ryan Nall will get an opportunity to prove his worth on this team. He got a damn jersey. He taking up Neil Anderson's number. Okay? He got to play.
Do you really want to see Ryan Nall?
I want to see what he can do, and I want to see it early. Because if we need to cut this guy, it's better now than never. It's better now than later because I don't want to wait. That's a wasted roster spot. If you're a running back, and all you can do is your best attribute, running back's best attribute can't be special teams. Considering that the guys we playing running back, they not all that in the first place.
As you say, the worst.
We don't have the
worst running back room in the league.
Yeah, we the worst running back room in the league. The Bears don't have the luxury to have a running back getting minutes or playing downs on special teams, and that's all he do. Because like I said, we got too many things going on. We not proving its position.
Right.
It's gonna take a collective effort anyway. Okay? And Nall has to get down there. Now, maybe he in the big package. Because I do believe in goal line situations, he's a valuable commodity. I believe he's good enough to be on the goal line, but I don't see him making moves in the open field, making people miss. But I believe you can power up with him. And if that's all I'm going to get from him, fine. I need to see him on the field, though. I need to see the ball in his hand, in the belly of the back, and I need to see him carrying the ball, even if he got to put him in some fullback packages.
And if memory served me correctly, he was in there as the fullback on that Cordell Patterson, but it worked out, so we ain't gonna trip that Cordell Patterson got the ball in. But you saying you would like to see that stuck in Ryan Nall's belly? It was
like
4th and 1.
Much soon. No, 3rd and 1. I'm not gonna.
No, that time was 4th and 1 when they went out to Patterson. So you want to see Nall get the ball there?
I mean, that game is done. What I'm saying is in the future,
Going forward, okay.
I want him in packages that suits his skill set.
Okay.
And I think that he's a good short yardage power back, and I want to see him in that position much sooner than later, because if he can't do that, he has no reason to be on this team. I mean, we can have another linebacker or safety play or special team.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably cut we probably cut a good defensive guy to plug him in on a roster spot to play special teams. I think this is Ryan Nall's 3rd year in the league. And if
he's on practice squad the last 2 years, right?
It's 3 years. I don't care if it was 3rd. I don't care if it's practice squad or made the roster. 3rd year in the league. At this point, you need to be making a considerable contribution to your position, because at the very least you want to get paid at your position. Okay, so if your best attribute is at special teams, and even if you don't pan out with the Bears, so what does the next team have to scout?
Yeah.
Okay, they gonna scout you at special teams? I don't think so.
Right.
Okay, you got to be making tackles and being able to return that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of just being a guy. Yeah.
You know, you just a dummy. You just a tackling dummy out there. And don't get me wrong, I'm not downplaying special teams, but I think we might be able to find somebody else to do that if you can contribute to the room that you in every day. Okay?
Right.
I need Ryan Nall, and I'm spending a lot of time on Ryan Nall, so understand how important this is to me. I love the running back position. Walter Payton is the reason why I'm a Bears fan. So I need production out of that position.
Okay.
I'm still tripping on Jordan Howard being gone. Okay?
You still hurt over that. I can see.
Okay.
That's where all the passion coming from.
He never got beat out of that job, and I need Ryan Nall to at least contribute to this running back room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We got some production from the tight ends. I think that's gonna improve. Mitchell threw a ball to Cole Kmet, kind of hung him out there. You know what I'm saying? Off target, put him in. Almost blew him up pretty much, but that was one of the plays that was early in the game. Okay, we fought through all of that. Bottom line is, I need to see more out of the running back position going forward. I like to see the coaches continue to run the football. Mm-hmm. All right. So, what you got? I mean,
we said on our last show, Mitch is not the quarterback that can throw the ball more than what we said, like 30 times a game.
Yep.
He threw it 36.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I understand why throwing it 36, because we was down.
You was down,
We had to come back.
Yeah.
So the way it broke down, I think it was 36 passes to like 28 runs. 3 of them was by Mitch, not, scrambling.
Yeah, making a play. I like to point out that one play
with the face mask.
With the face mask.
Yeah.
That was a Deshaun Watson type of play.
Yeah.
He played through the contact, and they drew the penalty. And he made a big play out of that.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So,
that showed heart too. That showed the heart, because he could have just went down, took the penalty, whatever. But he got the first down, and we got the 15 on top of that. So that was a good play by Mitch. The tight end position, I was excited to see what I got out of Jimmy Graham, because I didn't really think we was gonna get that. Jimmy Graham, I looked it up, he's like 33 years old now. I thought Jimmy's best days was behind him. Jimmy showed like he still can be a valuable piece of this offense, so I want to see him get the ball more. Defense, I don't want to say I'm concerned yet. I don't want to say that.
I am.
I don't want to say that.
Quinn didn't play.
Right.
We didn't get much pass rush. I think we had one sack.
We got the turnover.
But we were playing against one of the better talented quarterbacks
in the division,
in the division or in the NFL. Matthew Stafford, I mean, he's a highly skilled quarterback. I know the Lions haven't done much, and he's been injured, but he played well too, considering how long he was out.
29 to 42. Yeah, because he had the back, so he ain't played since week 10.
Yeah, so, considering what they went up against and the offensive line protecting them, you got to give their offensive line credit. So, I am concerned about the defense with the running game and the pressures of the quarterback.
Here's the thing, too. Well, we have not mentioned this whole episode. Detroit gave that game away.
They did at the end. We didn't talk about the drop pass in the end zone.
Well, not even that.
What, Swift?
When they got the rock back, Adrian Peterson is having a good day. Didn't they throw the ball 3 times in a row?
Yeah, but that was third time. They ran it twice.
And
then it was like third, and they threw it when they had to throw it.
And that's when they got picked up.
And that's when they got picked. I mean, Jalen Johnson, number 33,
Yeah, Peanut, he came in and broke that up.
He came in, it was him with Jackson.
With Eddie Jackson
both came out, and they made a play on the ball, deflected it, and Kyle Fuller picked it off. But thing is, the defense made the play. They put him in the third and long.
Right.
To the point where they can cancel out. We're going to have to take Adrian Peterson out of the options on third down. Now, you talking about after 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 8. You ain't giving the ball to Adrian Peterson in that situation because you trying to move the chains at least.
Right.
So, and then to the credit of the Bears defense, as well as the offense of the Lions. So, we just watching the game, okay? So now they probably lined up, and Stafford probably looking at the coverages like, okay,
I got it.
And it looked like he was throwing a slant route. So the Bears was probably looking, we giving you the slant route, giving let fools go. So like we gonna give you that. So great job on the safeties in the corner teaming up to take that away. Bam, because it wasn't there. Whatever Stafford seen pre-snap, it wasn't there when he snapped the ball.
Right.
So, I mean, you got to kind of put yourself in Stafford's shoes, and then give the credit to the defense that actually made the play. For the young Peanut Jr. to come out there and make the deflection. Peanut Jr. 33. So Peanut Jr. Hey, look, work on that punch, homeboy. But look, they made a play on the ball. Fuller got the interception,
and that allowed us to get
it put us in position to go down the field.
Was it the Anthony Miller touchdown? No, Anthony Miller put us up.
That was we was down in position for the Williams touchdown.
Right, because we was down 23-6. Then we had scored on Jimmy. Yeah, so that was that one. Okay.
Jimmy was the first one. Williams was the second one, and then Miller was the last one. But bottom line is the defense. I am concerned about the defense.
Yeah, because good teams is not gonna let you do that.
No, and then we got a young duo of guys coming in with the Giants, with Jones at quarterback. I don't know if you might go check him out. They played the Steelers last week, but he didn't play particularly well. But the one thing I seen with Jones was that if we get a lot of man-to-man coverage, he will take off. I mean, and at the very least, he gonna move the chains. So once you take Barkley away, it's like you pick your poison. So I'd rather have Jones running up and down the field than to have Barkley.
Yeah, because we gonna run Jones down.
Yeah,
you gonna a home run here.
All you gotta do is cut that field off with him. But we got Jones coming in, didn't play particularly well. We got a young quarterback coming in with a very good defense, with some questions in the defensive backfield because you got the rookie Jalen Johnson. You know, the Lions picked on him a little bit last week, but you got Johnson out there, you got Gibson out there, and then Mingo. We got some new pieces on this defense that's still trying to gel. So yes, I'm concerned about the defense from the standpoint of Robert Quinn being available and getting more pass rush.
Akeem Hicks, he sat out of practice.
Well,
I'm sure he'll play Sunday.
Yeah, well, I believe it's all about keeping guys healthy. You know what I'm saying?
So you think it's load management?
Yeah, I mean, we can load manage at practice. This ain't the NBA, okay? Okay, the difference between load management and practice is just keeping the snaps down, staying healthy, being in the meetings, getting prepared for the next game. But the NBA is like, hell, the game is going on and you on the bench, or you not even dressed, or whatever.
And we ain't trying to be the Clippers.
We ain't trying to do that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm concerned about the defense, stopping the run, getting pressure on the quarterback. And I just think over time that front seven's got to do its job. A lot of people wasn't happy with Trevathan's efforts, but the front seven has to play up to their potential to allow the new pieces in the secondary to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm concerned about the defense. They're not a top 5 defense. Looking at last week's game, they're not a top 5 defense. Hell,
would you think we're in the top 15?
I'm not going to count. I'm going game for game with this.
Okay.
I ain't looking at 2018. I ain't looking at 2019. I'm going game for game. Hey, see, that's what Matt Nagy's problem was.
He thinking
He
we
looked
talking
at the
about
stats.
2018.
Yeah, he looked at the stats. He was. I'm not looking at no press clippings from last year. I'm going week to week. This is why I'm not extremely. I'm high on the comeback, but I need the improvement. I need Mitch to improve. I need the defense to improve. I mean,
this is. I guess notoriously these are the games that we drop. Like this one coming up versus the Giants. We supposed to just handle this. Just handle it. If we can win it ugly, just put the W on the board.
When you look back at our predictions, according to our last show, we expect to win this game.
Yeah.
Now, looking at last week's victory, we do have questions going in. Because like I said, for one, I just want the coaches to continue to call the game offensively, and I'm concerned about the defense. Getting pressure on the quarterback and allowing that defensive backfield to jail.
They should be able to do that this week because they
stopping the damn run.
They line that good, and so we should see a better effort out the defense this week. But what we can't have is, what was the game we lost? San Diego Chargers last year. We can't have that.
It's about. I thought about when the Bears were down. I thought about them games. I thought about the San Diego. the LA Charger game last year at home. I thought about the Oakland game, and I thought about the Saints game. It's like I seen so much of those three games in the first 3 quarters. You know what I'm saying? So many inconsistencies on the special teams, not so much, because I think we got what we can get out of the special teams. But defensively and offensively, I was concerned about things up until the time the damn clock went to 0. Because it wasn't,
Because we almost blew it. It's Swift
catch that ball. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
And we sitting here having a whole different conversation. and maybe the rope is even tighter on Mitch.
Yeah.
As well as he played in the last quarter.
3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah. And that led me to thinking, I don't even know if Nick Foles could have pulled that off. That would have been a hell of a position to put him in
at half and come back.
Be down 23-6, and you put him in the game. Not to say he wasn't capable, but I'm not gonna sit up here and say he had a feel for the pass rush, a feel for the what was going on with the line, and so give Mitch in the guys.
And Nick can't make that run that Mitch made.
Yeah, most definitely.
He can't do that.
We talked about that. It's things Mitch do well to suit this offense and be more of a threat that Nick Foles just does not do.
Right.
Okay. I don't want to see these guys get to the point where they need to be throwing the ball 45, 50 times a game. I don't think we had that type of talent.
We don't. And we was at what? He threw 36.
36 passes, 20 for 36, 242 yards. Okay. 3 touchdowns. But like I said again, you put Nick Foles in there in that situation down. Who's to say if he probably would have built some chemistry, and it would have set him up for the following week if he was going to be called upon to be the starter. But I'm not going to sit up here and say he would have made that comeback, because like you just pointed out, Mitch's run was just as big as the passes he threw.
And too, that would have showed us too that if he would have made that switch at halftime, and what was the score at halftime? We had 6. What they have? Maybe 13.
I think it was 13-6.
Okay, if he makes that switch at halftime to go to Nick, you've been listening to the media way too much.
For sure. Because
this the first game.
And you've been giving us some bad sound bites because you weren't as confident in Mitch as you said.
It was lip service.
You know what I'm saying? So and when you look back on things, because I've been a Bear fan for a long time, Mitchell's performance in that one game was far better than anything Mike Glennon did in 4. And we gave, this wasn't
16 minutes.
This was John Fox's tutelage, but we watch I forgot the damn man of the game.
Glennon.
We watched Glennon for 4 weeks. And I mean, it was like watching the grass grow at Soldier Field. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to Mitch, kudos to Nagy. The defense got to get better. The offensive timing with the receivers and the tight ends got to get better. I mean, it's work to be done. Big time ups to the offensive line and Charles Leno for the hell I gave him.
But it's good that we can say that though with a W on the board. You see the score. You see 27-23.
27-23
It
the
feels
final
good.
score,
It
man.
feels
You know?
good to be talking about this with a W. Versus like, man, I don't know what we gonna do. We done lost 23-6.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, bottom line is, we got another winnable game next week.
Got to take care of business.
Shout out to Don. Damn, I forgot about Donnell Mooney, man.
Your boy.
Hey, look here, man. I thought he was a little undersized.
Nah, he made some plays.
He was positive. Allen Robinson had some controversy this week. You know what I'm saying? A lot of talking surrounding him and his contract extension. Rumors out that he wanted to
Be traded.
and then the day later he came out and gave us a press conference to kind of reassure us, the fan base, that he's happy here in Chicago, but he want to get things done. And when you think about it, when you put yourself in his shoes, with him not having an extension, every time he go on that field, he risks getting injured and not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So let's hope they can get that done. I mean, I'm not here to talk about how much the man is worth. The man had 98 catches last year. You know what I'm saying? He was the focal point of the offense.
He was the guy.
98 catches.
He had another 5 on Sunday.
Find a way to get it done.
He had 5 on Sunday.
Find a way to get it done. Watch the Game podcast, man. Keep up with us all week, all year. Bear down. So, what can you say? We getting ready for the Giants. We'll be looking to get back with you
Next
real
week,
soon.
2-0 when we come back. I just throw it out there. 2-0 when we come back.